Hello there, Euclidean warriors. We're out here going to go ahead and figure out a few more of these problems on that giant review sheet with a whole bunch of different circles on it. I'm going to skip around a little bit. One of the strategies we talked about is if you're trying to find the radius, look for the radius. So on this one right here, again, it's one of the easy questions. I'm trying to find x. It's the radius. Look to the radius. Got my answer. Boom. Go to the next one. I drew a radius in there because we need to be able to find x down here. Now I have a right triangle. I don't need my right triangle because if you write everything that you know on the picture when you get it, got your answer, x equals 14. So one of the easy ones was kind of slipped in there with one of the more difficult ones. Again, going to the next problem. Write in everything you know. Bisected, bisected, that has to be 17. Boom. There's your answer. So they're not all Pythagorean problems. Write in what you know. 9.3, 9.3. Radius is 9.9. This radius is the same as that, 9.9. So our x plus 6.5 equals 9.9. Subtract 6.5. X equals 3.4. 21's the fast kind. Radius, radius, boom. 22. I have a radius. I know that's 14. I don't have anything else. So this 11, this 14, none of that helps me. So I am going to use Pythagorean theorem for there. So go to the side opposite the right angle. That's your C. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I'm sorry, I squared that in my head. It's natural. So some of you have calculators like this, and you may want to look for a shortcut. If you go back to having this as 14 squared, one way you can do this shortcut is to take, you're going to take 14 and square it, 11 and square it, subtract them. If you show the first step, you can do the second step, 14 squared minus 11 squared. And that gives you the 75. You can skip right to this 75. I would suggest writing that much. And then you could take the square root of 75 on your screen. X equals 8.7. Since X is that value, we don't have to do any further steps. Use your calculator to make it faster. Do I know the radius? Trying to find the radius, don't know the radius. So this is X. So this is going to be a Pythagorean theorem problem. 11.6 squared plus 4.7 squared equals X squared. Again, your calculator has ways to make this easier. You don't have to take so many steps. Time can be saved. So that's 156.65 equals X squared. Take the square root of, if you get really tricky, you can take the square root of the answer, whatever's stored in there, but you don't have to get that fancy. 12.5. X is what we're finding, so there's no further step needed. Last one, go to 24 before we get to our review. And we know the whole radius, which means we know this is the radius. We know this is the radius. These two parts add up to the radius, not a Pythagorean theorem problem. Subtract and solve. Okay? Awesome. We'll get to the review later.